For nearly 40 years, Dragon Ball has constantly redefined itself, experimenting with new transformations, villains, and philosophical battles that go beyond raw strength. Now, thanks to recent conversations around canon and expanded material, one of the most fascinating antagonists from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, Hearts, also known as the God Slayer, could be the perfect addition to Dragon Ball Super. His presence would not only introduce a unique threat, but could also allow Super to build a storyline that mirrors Dragon Ball GT's most ambitious arc, the Shadow Dragon Saga. Who is Hearts, the God Slayer? Unlike many villains who simply crave power, Hearts is defined by his ideology. He sees the multiverse's structure as oppressive, particularly under Zeno, the Omni King. Rather than ruling, Hearts desires liberation, a vision where mortals govern themselves without divine interference. His moral complexity places him in contrast to destructive figures like Fuse Zamasu. Hearts doesn't seek godhood, he wants freedom, even if it means tearing down the very beings who maintain cosmic order. This makes him uniquely dangerous. Hearts wields transformations like Super Hearts and Ultimate Hearts, capable of standing against the likes of Goku, Jiren, Broly, and even immortals. His ultimate God Slayer form, powered by the Universe Seed, cements him as one of the most formidable enemies ever introduced in Dragon Ball's extended lore. The perfect parallel to GT's Shadow Dragons. Dragon Ball GT's Shadow Dragon Saga worked because it forced the heroes to confront the unintended consequences of their own reliance on the Dragon Balls. Similarly, incorporating Hearts into Super could reframe the gods of destruction in this same light. His crusade against divine figures could play out like the systematic takedown of the Shadow Dragons, each battle testing the heroes while reflecting on the costs of unchecked divine power. Whether Hearts dismantles the gods one by one or manipulates them into fighting the heroes, the setup would create a large-scale narrative with personal stakes. It would give Goku, Vegeta, and their allies an active role against godlike opponents without making it feel forced. Hearts and Black Frieza. Parallel threats. What makes Heart's inclusion even more compelling is how neatly his philosophy aligns and clashes with Black Frieza's current ambitions. Both characters share a disdain for Zeno's rule, but while Hearts envisions liberation, Frieza desires domination. Their conflicting ideologies could produce one of the most compelling villain rivalries in the franchise. This opens several narrative possibilities. Hearts and Frieza could clash independently, or the heroes might defeat Hearts only to realize that Frieza has grown too powerful. The most exciting outcome would see the heroes, and possibly even Hearts, forced into an uneasy alliance to stop Frieza once and for all. Why Hearts could shape Dragon Ball Super's endgame. Hearts is more than fan service. His presence could help Dragon Ball explore a natural conclusion that blends the lessons of GT with Super's expansive lore. By questioning the role of gods and the dangers of divine oversight, Hearts could push the story toward an ending where mortals have greater freedom, the Dragon Balls are less central, and the gods intervene only when absolutely necessary. Such a resolution would not only echo GT's mature finale, but also provide a fitting close to decades of Dragon Ball storytelling, where strength is no longer the only measure of greatness, and freedom becomes the ultimate prize.